Oh, one pumpkin, two. We're all a bunch of pumpkin heads here. Welcome to another adventure of Voices of the Soul with three great people, really. We've got the one in silence, which is Paula. Then we have the lovely Miranda, and we have the most beautiful blonde, Linda. And we're not wearing any masks,
No, but we
you
could
know?
have. Could have. We almost did.
But
You
how
know,
do you know we're not wearing a mask? You know, like this dude when he
you
like
know,
they're like unzips himself. Yeah,
those are good, you
those are
know,
good.
they are
Yeah,
good.
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. And I hope that this show is going to be as interesting for you as possible. And let's just have some fun with this, enjoy ourselves. I'm gonna talk about the Halloween origins. Miss Miranda, you have some stuff to talk about today too. You did some crazy notes there, lady.
Well, I think it's really fun to look at the rituals in different parts, like traditionally, I guess what occurred because I didn't know most of them.
No,
So
neither did I. It was eye-opening. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I
It
thought
is.
it'd be nice to share that tonight.
Mm.
And that's going to be good because it's very important that we know what we're doing sometimes. And I was just talking about that because the only notes I have right now are Halloween. And I
Yep.
didn't print out your notes. I did, but I don't know where they are.
I have them.
I want to say something. I've got a mug that I can erase and do
Oh,
whatever
that's
I want with,
That's fun.
you know? So I can be like that. And oh, looks like there's all kinds of stuff around it. So that's my new toy for the day. So that keeps me busy. All right. Let's get serious and talk about Halloween and its origins, which date back 2,000 years. To
wow.
the yes,
All right.
I thought that was insane right there. And it's the Celtic festival of Samhain, or pronounced Samhain, and it's celebrated on October 31st. The Celtics, primarily located in Ireland, the UK, and northern France, they mark this day as the end of the harvest season. So, and the beginning of winter, a time associated with death. They believe that on this night, the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead is at its thinnest, allowing spirits to roam the earth, talk to us, haunt us, give us information, those type of things. But when Christianity took it over, it spread along every region around all the world, and the church incorporated its aspects of Samhain into its own traditions. Pope Gregory III established November 1st as All Saints' Days, All Hallows in the 8th century, and honoring saints and martyrs, while October 31st became known as All Hallows Eve, eventually evolving into Halloween. Over time, Halloween incorporated customs like wearing costumes, carving pumpkins, trick or treating, blending ancient beliefs with modern festivities. So I'm just saying, as a kid, I was a ghost forever. The
A sheet,
easiest thing was
a
to
sheet with
steal a
holes in
sheet
it.
with holes in it. And I just, because in Montreal, it was snowing almost every Halloween.
You know what? I remember as a kid, even, I mean, I grew up north of Kingston, and there was snow up to my knees, like
Wow.
often, like a lot of Halloweens. And I think now, like, I'm very excited though, as a mom, because this may be the first weather that is like above, like, I think it's around
Be
11 or
above
something tonight
freezing.
or something.
It's
Yeah.
gonna,
And it always rains though. Always rains.
tomorrow's going to be
Yeah.
like on Halloween, it's going to be 20 degrees, so Celsius, so it'll be beautiful.
Our
That's
daughter's first two
wonderful.
Halloween going out for trick and treating rained both times.
It's every
Poured,
year.
you know? And
Yeah.
so this year we're having a whole bunch of people come over. All of Amelia's school comes, which we've never had really before, and everyone's going to have a good time. So it's going to be a
Oh,
lot of
that's fun.
I
That's
know.
fun.
I just want to say quickly, everyone's saying hello and hello to everyone because there's so many lovely happy Halloweens to us as well. And just thought we've got lots of people joining. So I'm going to
That's
keep
so
trying the
nice.
comments tonight. And we like to, we're gonna talk about rituals in a second, but if there's anything that you do for Halloween specifically as a ritual, like put it in the comments. We'd love to talk about it.
Because it's important for all of us to be a part of something, right?
Yeah.
And we like that. And in saying that, sorry, I'm just trying to get there with you guys. See, look, I'm bringing it up, but I don't have all the words, just us.
Yeah.
Which is
I was a witch for Halloween for the first like 9 years of my life. Shocker.
What?
Yeah, what? Wait, what? Yeah, that was me.
And what was that?
But I was always drawn to Halloween. I used to have a cemetery until I knew better. I used to have the biggest Halloween display on my street. And then like a full-on cemetery, I would make tombstones. And over time, I don't do that anymore. I have to put mine out. I have a big, huge inflatable pumpkin. But yeah, it's not as macabre as it used to be. Like it's not like that anymore. But, it used to be.
That's funny.
But Spirit told me not to put skulls out in my house. Like, so like any skulls that I used to have, I've got like exactly, I don't have them in my house anymore. So all my Halloween decorations are pretty tame now. They can have fun ghosts, but not skull.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's personal. It doesn't mean anybody else has to. It's just what they told me.
We have
Yeah.
24 people in the room already. Thank you very
Wow.
much for all joining us. That's awesome. I appreciate that.
And Debbie says she likes my paintings. Thank you. It's my octopus, and it kind of looks like it comes out of my head sometimes, right? We should get to.
A lot of
we
people
have it
always
set up
comment that
properly.
we have blue. All of
Yeah,
us have a blue
All of us have
painting.
some kind of blue. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Particularly.
So when Halloween arrives, does anybody feel any difference in energy? Miranda, Linda, do you feel a sense of something else going on that it's not demonic, it's just a new vibration or a new energy that comes? And I love that because
It feels spooky, yeah.
because you can watch children walking down the street and you can see all the dead people around them. It's so cool.
See, I choose not to see the dead people. So you have at her.
Yeah. It's a full house, usually is.
I think it's interesting because Scorpio season obviously brings a depth of transformational energy, right? Just in general, but that thinning of the veil, you really do feel it. Even if you're doing, working with tarot cards or you're doing readings, you see like it is things are quite quicker, or you're getting the messages faster. Or, I notice those changes as Scorpio season arrives, and I guess dreams for me are also pretty.
Oh, they're
I
vivid.
look through the dreams, but more visions, maybe that kind of thing. With the veil.
Feel like the energy, like on a Halloween night, it feels like electric. Like you can feel the charge. And if it's windy, and it's like I am the only house on the street that blasts like werewolf noises, and I have funeral bells, like I have everything, but you can hear me the whole neighborhood. But I love that for kids. Like it's not scary, but I love the way they feel like, ooh, like, it's scary.
If I come and trick or treat at your door, will you give me some dark chocolate as opposed to that?
Here we go.
And I'll be answering it in my my T-Rex costume, because I almost had it on tonight, but I couldn't sit in it. So I had to tap out of that one. I did try to get it on.
Our kid wanted me to get dressed, and she's been excited about it since Sunday. And that's all she talks about. And it's just like, holy cow, child. I've never seen someone get so excited for Halloween. It's close to Christmas, but it's not. But like, oh my goodness, it's going to be great. And I just can't wait to steal all the chocolate, to be honest.
And on Halloween, the astrology on Halloween is so interesting that it almost feels like a horror movie. Like the actual transits that are happening are very, like I would say this, we're enjoying it, but if you do have young kids, like just keep an eye on them and make sure, because and the older kids might be getting into a little more trouble than normal. So I would know that the feeling of Halloween will be even more, like if you're feeling this now, it's going to be even more intense as we go to Thursday.
You're being a mom.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I love you for that.
So does that mean kids will come after 9?
Yeah, I feel like there might be a little more egg throwing at the house, like those types of things will be a little bit more, because it'll,
So for us, it was like tomorrow in Montreal, we grew up calling it Mad Night. We're mad, and some people call it Devil's Night. I don't know. They have so many different variations of it. And that was the only time as a kid that I would pick up dog poop. That was never thought about picking up dog poop in paper bags, filling them up with lighter fluid and lighting them and putting them on people's balconies and say, and they would ring the doorbell and the bag would be on fire and they'd step on poop and we'd all just laugh about it. Yes, I did that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
I,
wow. You're one of those kids, huh?
I was one of those. I really was, you know. It was like
You're a window
I was
licker.
a shithead. I was a shithead. That's there's no other way about it. But we had a lot of fun doing those things because we thought it was funny.
Well, it is at the time, for sure it would be.
It was.
If you do have a couple comments or questions here, if you want me
Perfect.
to.
Yes,
begin
please.
that. Well, Carmel says, I don't understand why kids here don't want to wear their outfit over their snowsuit. I guess their suit, she says here, but I think it's snowsuit. LOL, which is true. And Carlos says no snowsuits here in Southern California. I could love to try Halloween in California. That would be lovely. Debbie has a question here. She says, my special needs son has been continually asking about my older son who passed away 5 years ago, the past 2 days. I'm wondering if he may be having some visitation, which interesting during this time would make sense.
It makes a lot of sense. That veil, like we talked about, is very thin.
Yeah.
And if your son has something to say, he's going to check out his brother for sure to try and bring some peace and some tranquility to his daily routine. And to be able to see someone or believe that he's talking to his brother, that is a calming effect that a spirit is trying to do. So he's being very, very nice in doing that. He's not trying to scare anyone.
I feel like he stands by his bed and he looks over him. So when he looks up, he can see him, but he's right there a lot of the times, or he's standing behind his mom because he's around a ton right now, especially because the veil is thin. It's interesting in Spanish culture too, is on November 1st after Halloween is the Day of the Dead.
Yes.
And it's so interesting. A lot of people, a lot of different cultures, they have altars set up. And then they give them offerings and hopefully and they say, like, I've had quite a few people say like the candle will things will move around on the altars on November 1st after Halloween. So it's interesting.
Well, and also actually, if you want me to get into the rituals,
sure.
One here that's about, there's quite a few that would honoring it. So this one is soul cakes and ancestor offerings. So soul cakes, small bread-like cakes, were baked and left out as offerings for the dead or to feed wandering spirits. The cakes symbolize sustenance for the souls traveling through the world of the living, and people often left them outside on an ancestral altar, he said. The intention was to connect with the departed and to seek their blessings and protection. So that's one of them. And then there was also a silent supper. So this is a ritual of hosting a silent meal where an empty place is set for ancestors or spirits of loved ones. Participants would remain in silence, often writing down thoughts or questions for their ancestors. It was believed that messages might come through subtle signs, thoughts, or intuitive feelings during the meal. So there's been a lot of that in rituals.
But that's just like people who have loved ones that pass and they leave them a spot at the table on their birthday, or it's kind of the same kind of semblance. And I know through one of my clients, just funny story, it's like their son passed and they leave a seat for him. And one time the father sat on his chair and he goes, Dad sat on me. And he knew that they did that without even thinking, right? They know what's going on.
Sure.
It is interesting.
Do you want me to read a couple more? Because they're kind of
super interesting.
There was someone in here. I just wanted to, before you read that, can you read Debbie's?
Oh, yes. Yes. Debbie says he sees him when he's sleeping and he looks at the ceiling a lot. I have not felt him or had any messages from him. So that's really interesting.
With Debbie, I feel like you have felt him, but you're not paying attention because I feel like there's manipulation of air. I feel like you felt like something move, and you actually are intuitive enough to know you feel sometimes a presence of somebody standing behind you. And ask our first son likes ketchup. It's weird because there's ketchup in the fridge in that house.
I went to ketchup and I went to pasta sauce.
Yeah.
It was very weird for me. Okay.
It's probably leftovers in the fridge.
Let's go.
Okay, so we respond to that one. So this is called pomology, apple divination. Apples were highly symbolic for ancient cats. Who's this? Sorry. I'm losing my One second here. Okay, I'm here. One ritual involved peeling an apple in a single strip and tossing the peel over the shoulder. The shape it landed in was thought to reveal the initial of a future partner. Okay, so peel an apple, toss the peel over the shoulder, and the shape it landed in was the initial of the future partner.
Right.
Or alternatively, looking into a mirror while eating an apple could reveal glimpses of one's future through intuition or visions.
Interesting.
That is interesting, right?
Yeah.
And then there was the Beltane fire coals. So in Scottish and Irish traditions, families would light their hearths with coals from a communal bonfire to honor the dead and protect their homes. People would also carry embers from the fire around their homes to guard against, I guess, bad spirits, inviting only positive influences into their lives. This was a way to connect with ancestors and clear the space for new insights. That's really cool too.
Interesting.
It is.
I really like the water.
I was just going to say the water reflection one. I want to try that.
Me too. So this is like scrying, I guess, or looking into reflective services to receive visions. It was often done with water on Halloween night. So I think this might be kind of a cool thing to try. This involved a bowl of water placed in a dark room, sometimes with a candle lit nearby to reflect images. Practitioners would gaze into the water, allowing the mind to relax and images to surface, believed to reveal insights about the coming year. So it's interesting because a lot of these rituals are about the coming year. So it's almost like like this season or this thing of the veil is almost like a fresh start in some ways.
Like it's like a brand new year. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. And Debbie says, "Oh my God, yes," as a response to that.
The ketchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Oh, cool.
because he knows there's ketchup and it's on the door of her fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But she's always looking in. But her one son that likes the ketchup, but the other one who passed loved the ketchup. It's weird what comes through.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one more I can read here.
Yes, please.
And this is actually about the veil thinning rituals for spirit communication. So many believe the veil between the living and the spirit world was so thin, people would conduct spirit communication rituals. This could involve sitting quietly in a dimly lit room, often with candles or a bowl of water again, inviting messages from ancestors. Simple chants or prayers would focus on welcoming insights from beyond. So, I guess like you will throw it out to our audience. Have you ever done this before? Welcomed in a loved one and looked for messages? Or are you receiving messages, let's say, in dreams or whatever way it would be? We'd love to.
Or any of those, if you've tried them, let us know.
Yeah,
if they work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Messages are good from this whole week. People should be getting messages, just not on Halloween Eve or Halloween itself. These messages will come through because that veil becomes thinner and thinner and thinner as we know and as we watch. And I keep on getting messages from my mom and I have not talked to her in a very long time, and she decided to show up. And it was a rough week last week, not feeling well, so I felt like a big baby, and I felt like I was being taken care of, even though she's been dead for over 47 years, but she was there. And just saying, "Oh, come on, let's take care of yourself, put a blanket on you, do that," like it was very nice. She was very thoughtful, but very demanding at the same time. Like, start taking care of yourself. So it's important, right? Because she was.
What she said just now, and it's funny because the old school thermometers.
Yep.
So she remembers with you under the tongue, the mercury thermometers, and it's almost like she had the cloth. But I swear, when you weren't feeling well, she was with you doing the same stuff this week.
Did you just see your light change there, Linda, when you did that?
Yes, I did.
I saw that.
That's a good confirmation. I'm talking to Jim's mom.
You are.
Yep.
And the thermometer, I can remember going, getting my tonsils out, and I don't know why they didn't put it in my mouth as a kid.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was.
You can put the poop emoji up again.
Yeah, that's where I was looking for it. Come on, people.
We do. Carmel just has a question, actually, if we want to go here.
Sure, yeah.
I'm a Pisces, February 21st, 1965. I'm wondering if you see a relationship for me. I feel like I'm ready and wondering if I'm blocking this. Thank you.
Well, Pisces, you don't trust anybody, but you have a lot of information to give us. And I do truly feel like there's something good coming in February.
I just feel like there's a fear of getting hurt, so that and it's like you self-sabotage because you don't want to feel too much, so you keep people at bay. Like it's like I'm ready for it, but am I? But I feel like the same kind of timeline the next 6 to 9 months. I feel like be nice to have a companion, right? Somebody to go for dinner with and stuff like that. And I like he has dark hair. It's like parted over the side. He dresses nice,
You
smells nice.
know, Pisces have really gone through it in the last, Saturn's been in Pisces for a little while. So a lot of having to do some deeper work. And so maybe, this is part of clearing out some of those old patterns or belief systems to be able to make way for what you
New
know is
stuff.
coming.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
fresh energy. It's hard to break your old programming.
It's so incredibly hard.
I talk about that lots.
Yeah. Marianne says, does dreaming of a specific date mean anything, as it was very detailed? Absolutely.
I think that does. Hi, Marianne. Yeah, it's telling when it's that specific, I would think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, make sure you write those down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We also have a new moon just on the November 1st, which is very interesting when we have a new moon in Scorpio on Halloween or the day after Halloween. And when you have a new moon at the first of the month, it's very, very potent. This is what I read. Did you hear this, Jim?
I was listening and I was reading some of it earlier today and I got really busy.
Yeah.
That is it's almost in bold.
Yeah.
Say that. So
and so because it's a new moon in Scorpio, and because Scorpio season is about transformation and really kind of going to the shadow parts of ourselves, we have an opportunity to create a new 6-month cycle on these kind of limiting beliefs, like the shadow parts. It's like whatever you need to get rid of during Scorpio season, it's going to have to come out. So like support it in its movement.
And it is the good, the bad, and the ugly coming out of this too. It's just not all.
Has to be. Scorpio rules our colon, our bladder, everything that we actually, our organs that move, even our nose and mucous membranes, lymphatic, it's about drainage. So during this season, even from, in medical astrology, it's about the purge and making sure that you're removing waste. So this has to do with your physical body, your emotional body, your spiritual body. So whatever's coming through, make sure you just don't keep it blocked up and let it move out.
We all have to be a part of something. And by the way, if anybody wants to come on this show here tonight, get in here. We're having fun to do these things and we want to do some reading. So don't be afraid. And what was Carlos was saying that the World Series is on. I don't care about the World Series.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't really care.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all.
But thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Debbie says, what are your thoughts on using crystals? I mean, we think that the black tourmaline, any of the dark,
all the darker colors,
all the darker colors. Yeah.
My black tourmaline.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is my favorite, my bippity boppity boo.
Yeah, we talked about that one. Remember, I have the same one.
Yeah, it's funny, but it is my amethyst wand.
Yes.
But crystals, I would have never thought crystals had power, but I can't imagine not working with them because I use them in every facet of my business. I use them every day.
And when you use them and you feel them, you can't deny it because they're strong.
I even got clackers in my bra. I got two over here.
Of course you do.
Right over here. Yeah. I keep them on me. I'm packing. Every day I'm packing.
Yeah. Every day you're packing.
Yeah. Means something else to other people.
I think it might be like the young kids' languages. There's so many different ones that might mean something completely different. I don't know. I'll have to ask.
I was just thinking that that could be different. Yeah, we have a young crowd here, do we?
We could.
Yep. Does anyone have family or children? That are born on Halloween night.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I only know one, and he's insane.
For real?
Yes, he is insane. He was so nice until he turned about 25, and then everything went crazy, no pun intended, and he ended up in an institution. Stopped talking to people. He walked around with a plastic sword. and was scaring people downtown Montreal on St. Catherine Street, running around with this plastic sword. And this guy was studying to become a doctor.
There's something so weird happening to my face.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Like, no,
Is
if
it
I
on your
look
right
over here,
side?
my face has gone to like the scream mask. It looks like a totally different person. When I look away, I look like 14 different people in the last few minutes. It's weird.
Yeah,
Like
but
right now, it
your
doesn't look
eyes
like
are
me.
colored. I'm just like,
But I'm not like when I look over here, my face isn't mine anymore. It's something different.
Well,
But
who's
it's
on?
only because, you know, when you look at a candle or you're looking for aura, my face is totally distorted. Like right now, I'm a totally different person.
I'm looking too. That's interesting.
I don't know
I
what's
just
happening.
I just see on the right side when you move.
Halloween is messing with me.
Um, that's a bit strange, Linda.
It sure is. Just me and myself down here, so I'm okay.
What is happening in your yeah, in your office there?
I don't know.
Elaine says, I'm disconnecting this week with overfilling my calendar to give myself time to receive messages. I've been sick for the last couple of days and it has been giving me the chance to connect. I will say that, you know, one of the things that happens, I think, a lot in Scorpio season, because Scorpio rules like a lot of purge, is that we do tend to get sick. I mean, obviously the weather's changing and seasons and, you know, we're susceptible to a lot more, but sometimes we might also, and I know if we have a fever and it's clear, but we may also feel sick in some ways without it being a virus because of the fact that it's so much, it's really kind of pressurizing us to get rid of what doesn't serve us, right?
Don't you think that, Miranda and Linda, that like in astrology, the Scorpio makes us see our truth, right?
Yes.
On all levels.
Love.
And I find that a lot of people in the month of Scorpio are finalizing things, reinventing themselves, knowing some sad stuff, obviously, of relationships maybe not working out and moving on. But closure is a big deal on all of that. And people suffer immensely because people are giving up their lives of what they knew in November. And then Christmas comes in December and we become more emotional or frantic and feel more alone. So December is not always the happiest month of the year, to be honest with you, because people go through a lot of turmoil, you know? So the last couple of months of the year are going to be a little different, but for the air signs, it's just going to be beautiful.
Well, we have a retrograde also starting November 25th, but the shadow starts November 7th. And this always makes it interesting before the holidays. We usually have another retrograde before the end of the year. And so this is a time I would suggest in this next week, make sure you get all your retrograde stuff done before retrograde, because if you know, the things you need to get done, because it's going to also challenge a lot of people.
And that's why people are let go in January, because in work or their environment, because December is that, and especially in retrograde, we're not doing anything perfect. We're high anxiety now since we're out of, and I have to say it in my way, I guess it's like COVID is moving aside. We're getting back into our normal routines and we're becoming colder as a person again. We're not so friendly anymore. We're not as happy anymore. And I really wish that would have changed in that turmoil, but we've become more cynical. And that's too
You
bad.
know, I think when Pluto moves into Aquarius for 20 years, we will actually be, it'll move us to be more closer, because AI and a lot of technology will change. So we will work as communities to be human, because, you know, you see talk of technology changing and even, you know, chips being implanted in people having, you know, that information, like we will not be the same type of humans. So I think there'll be a lot of people who are going to try to still remain the humans that they are. So I think that there's hope. But it did change us because we became isolated in that, and it's sad in a lot of ways.
You know what I want to talk about too is like a seasonal affective disorder. This is the season for seasonal affective disorder, and so many people suffer without even knowing. But when the days get shorter, it's like really good to get on the vitamin D. And my doctor said, like, everyone in Canada or wherever in the Northern Hemisphere, we have vitamin C or D. It's a good thing to take every day because it doesn't, yeah, it boosts your immune system, but it also keeps you from the lows of that shorter daylight time.
Which,
Absolutely.
and it's this Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday. I mean,
It's
Yeah,
daylight savings
coming
time.
up. I would
So-
also say if you can get one of those lights also, I put in the morning to mimic daylight, even just 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the morning to really like, yeah, mimic the sunlight. It gives you the illusion of it and it really changes your hormones too. It can make you happier overall.
I just feel like people didn't like a lot of people never even recognize they have it. And so, like 1 out of every 5 people has it. So it's nice to think about it. And if it starts to affect you in any way, there's ways to mitigate that, right?
I have
Absolutely.
my artificial light when I'm working and it's above
Yeah.
over here, and that's perfect for me. And it's
Yep.
a daily thing for me. I just don't, it's not 30 minutes. It's on there for the day.
That's good.
You should take breaks though, because it can also go the other way. So if you do it all day long, it can actually, it's not, so if you think about the natural sunlight, it changes throughout the day. And that as an artificial is good in certain periods of time. Otherwise your brain responds to it,
That's true, Miranda.
right?
But I do go downstairs, make my
Yeah.
like my office downstairs, make something to eat, come back, take my rotten fur baby out for 10 walks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. We have a couple questions here.
Awesome.
Darlene says, why is it that I have never felt or had any messages from my past dad or mom?
Well,
Messages like it's signs would come first before messages sometimes. Like I guess it's if you're looking for a sign or a symbol. Sometimes they're so subtle that we pass them. Like it could be like a heart-shaped rock, or it could be a heart in the clouds. Like sometimes we're not looking because we want to see them like on a full-on apparition. That's what everybody wants. But it's so hard for spirit to do stuff in the physical.
it's
Like
a lot of
it
work.
takes so much energy. So when we start to trust the one sign, like say you found a dime, you trust that, then it becomes something else. And you can ask them, say, hey, Ma, like,
Yeah.
can you show
That's
me
okay.
like a cloud or show me a butterfly, a dragonfly, whatever you want to show it. And all of a sudden you'll see it.
Okay. I like that whole idea. I like me when my mom passed away in 1978. I did not hear her, feel her until 1988.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she must have been just saying to all the people living, it's my turn. I need to do something. I need to explore. I need to find myself. I need to grow. I think that that's what she was doing, to be honest with you. And she didn't want to come back because she was the matriarch. She took care of everybody. She needed a break, in my humble spiritual position. And she's not pulling on my ears, so she knows I'm telling the truth. So that's a good thing.
And sometimes when we want the sign so much, it almost blocks it. Like we're desperate, it's like it shows the lack. And when you least expect it, expect it. But I know your mom's around you, Darlene. Like I know she's like she knows I know Darlene's dog will be looking at stuff. This is one that you haven't paid attention to, but Bella will look at something and that'll be your mom. But it's like you might have thought she heard something, but it is your mom because your mom's there a lot. She takes care of you
Oh, wow.
like you took care of her. Like
I
it's
get the
nice.
smell of bread, fresh bread from my mom.
That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that, or the smell of just old school vanilla cake. So either one of those, I know my mom's around. It's really cool for me. I love that.
That is really cool.
My mom smells like Merle Norman cream.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can smell her. My kid will smell her all the time, goes, Grandma's here. Yeah.
We do have another question too. I think we've got someone in the waiting room, but
Yeah.
answer this question and then go to the waiting room.
Sure.
V says, do you have any suggestions on how to release things, feelings, beliefs, etc., that no longer serve us?
It depends what the belief is. Like, I don't know what that, like, it's not so specific. What do you think, Jim?
Can you repeat that? I was
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
inundated with I'm seeing something I didn't like on the set. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Do you have any suggestions on how to release things, feelings, beliefs, etc., that no longer serve us? I would write them down and use like the fire ceremony and or
Good idea.
bury it too, especially during different times. If you also get someone to look at your chart, specifically your natal chart, then you can see when things actually are the best for you to work with letting things go. But Scorpio seasons are great for that. So
And we wait for Scorpio season. I light a fire in November in the backyard. All the neighbors must think I'm crazy, but I put the fire, I give my intent. I thank everybody for the year because we get so busy, we forget to thank our spirit guides for everything. Even though we might have had some issues, I do the big thank you. I offer tobacco, a glass of whiskey, and a piece of bread, anything just to give to them. And I feel so relaxed after that. And I've been doing that for 60 years.
Wow.
So it's fun. I like that. I'm going to send Paula a text, and we should have Debbie come in.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm silent. We can all sing if you want. We can start because we have Christmas music coming on right after the November 1st for sure. You know?
Mm.
All right. Perfect. She's coming. Oh, there we go. Hi, Deb.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. I figured I would just join since I'm asking so many questions.
No, that's great.
That's great.
I love the participation. So, what are you looking for? Anything specific this time?
Well, really, I mean, my son that passed has really been the thing that weighs on my mind the most. I mean, I feel like it was almost something that it's like I couldn't. It almost haunts me that we didn't even know what he passed from. It was very instant, and that bothers me. Very surprising, and just that thought. But then also just that we were so close. I've always thought, oh, he'll be right here. I'll feel him. And there have been some times, but with my other family, I've had such vivid dreams that I can feel them and all that type of thing. I lived in a haunted house. I could feel Miss Bessie. I could feel her sitting next to me and feel her on the bed. And I thought, why isn't he doing that? So that bothered me. And also my health. I have a health thing that just came up that, I'm concerned about. I shouldn't, I know I shouldn't be, but just some clarity on that,
What's your son's name?
Jimmy, or I call him Jimmy. His friends call him James.
Okay. Do you want to go first, Jim?
No, you go ahead. I'm just picking up because I was hearing who the hell is Jimmy, and now I know. Okay, so
Okay.
that's cool.
How old was Jimmy?
He was 34 when he passed.
Wow. Now, did he have inflammation around his heart?
See, we don't know. We weren't aware of it if he did. I mean, he was a very big guy.
Okay. Because I feel a heart. I feel very well, obviously his heart stopped, but I feel it was like I don't feel like he think he was feeling well closer to the day. But when you just feel like flu-like, you're 34, why would you even give a shit? Like it doesn't matter. But I just feel like it was like he felt sick. I felt like I feel like heart I feel like he almost wanted to vomit too. Like I feel like and like he had nausea. He's just such a nice kid.
He was beautiful. I mean,
He was fun. He was so fun. Like he's
very,
smart assy and wise and like he's an old soul, but he would he wasn't a mean kid with mean intuition. He was just so nice. And he's like, why do you worry so much, Mom? He goes, I'm right here. Like he's right behind you. I can see him right behind you. He's like, do you have another child? Yeah, you do. Was he like a little bugger when he was a kid?
still is.
Yeah.
He's 21, he's autistic,
Yeah,
and
but was Jimmy a
Jimmy.
bugger?
yeah, he was something, but
Because he wants to he'll flick his brother in the head. Like he wants to flick him.
Right, yeah.
Because he's like that kid was annoying. Like his brother was annoying, and that's what he thinks. Now, was there something with the ketchup though, for real? Because he's talking about the ketchup.
Ketchup on the French
Everything.
meat, on everything, and then pizza sauce. His favorite food was
Jim got that one.
sauce
Okay.
on ketchup and pizza sauce.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But he's like, the thing is, like, for you, it's like you didn't know. If I'd known, that I would have done stuff differently. If I'd only known, I would have said. But you've talked to him a ton in your head, and you're like, why? Why? And he, like, I don't know, like it sounds cheesy to say like God has a plan. But it is we'll never know why, but it's like he knows everything you've ever said. Like if you've talked to him all the time, you ask him for stuff, he's always listening.
Every
And he's
day.
like, he told me to tell you not to worry about your health.
Good.
Okay. Like he
So
said,
you
like, is it
thank
from here to here,
people out.
whatever's going on? Like
Where?
torso within your
Yeah.
torso?
Here.
It's all
It's a mass right here that they found, and they thought it was one kind of mass, and now they don't know what it is. But I'm getting it out very soon. So, and they said it's not, but it's not. They're definitely abnormal cells. So they're taking it out, and my doctor's wonderful. I have great doctors, and I'm a nurse, so I'm like, I know I shouldn't worry, and I'm getting it taken care of quickly and all that. With my disabled son, I'm always afraid of leaving him. I'm not afraid of dying. I
No.
know there's beautiful things waiting, but I don't want to leave my disabled son.
But I think they're going to get it all out, so then you're going to be just fine. But you have to watch from like here to here, like your gut.
I was actually just going to say the same thing. So
Like
I think
something's
that,
going on.
yeah, like I don't know if like I pick up on liver, digestive enzymes, like stress. You're dehydrated too. Like, are you often dehydrated?
Yeah, and I do have a lot of GI issues, a lot of irritable bowel, and which has been just awful.
To
But
me, I
that-
would focus in on your, I'm sorry, Jim.
Nope, please go right ahead.
I would focus in on your microbiome. So like you have to find the balance between your healthy bacteria and your unhealthy bacteria, a better balance of that. And your liver really needs, I know you're like, you are so hard on yourself. And there's that feeling that it's a constant pressure in your digestive system to let go. Right. So this is the season to really try to support that. Digestive enzymes would probably be very helpful for you in keeping your hydration for sure. And I don't think you eat enough protein. Like I think you go very long without having, or you don't have enough protein for what you require right now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
I mean, there are days when I do, but then there are other days where I don't, because I don't eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of salmon and stuff. But even just today, I thought, wow, I haven't had my fish or whatever. I've been eating, oatmeal with fruit and shakes, and I really haven't had true good, so I made a couple salmon fillets today and ahead of time, and yeah.
What is your birthday, Deb, again?
September 15th, 1966.
So you have a clear bill of health on your birth date completely, that you don't have to worry, but you are now going to have to stop being that 24-hour, 7-day a week care person for your son. And you're going to have to get some of that help through the system somehow, because I'm being told by, it's either your dad or it's your grandpa, that you need now to start focusing on that so that you can be happier and more resourceful to yourself, because you forgot who you were, Debbie.
I actually say that. I'm like, I miss who I used to be. No social life, nothing. And a companion, when the other person was talking about a companion or a boyfriend or whatever, at my age, I just would love a companion. Someone
that's
to,
what I see.
Just someone to go to the movies with,
I also feel like I'm blocked. I almost feel like I don't trust. I feel like I'm blocked. And even when I try to pursue it, I just kind of shut down. So that's something I would like to do is, am I ever going to have someone to be with me on my days or be my emergency contact on the hospital list,
Jimmy said, what's with the keys?
The keys.
Like, did you ever have keys for the house?
For his house?
Yeah.
No, but I do have, I always have keys laying all over. And
Okay, because he's talking about the keys, that like a lot of keys. You have a lot of keys.
And what does London, Ontario have to do with you?
Nothing really. I have been to, well, it's funny that you mentioned that. Just on Facebook today, they had a list of where you list all the places that you've been.
Yeah.
And when I said Ontario, I was like, I can't remember if I've been to Ontario because I've been to Canada twice. And I was thinking, have I been to Ontario? I didn't know if it was Ontario or Quebec because I went up there twice to sing with my school and I couldn't remember where we actually, or Toronto, those three places. I was like, where did we go? And I kept saying, was it Ontario? Was it on? But that, yeah. And then London, I've been speaking to a friend in London lately. I've never been, and I've been speaking to her lately. So that may be it.
Wow. What did you do in school? What did you sing?
Yeah, I was in the choir. I was a madrigal and in the chorus, and we did exchange students. Pianist, and I played the violin. Not great, but and I just got for my birthday. A dear friend of mine surprised me with an electric piano. It showed up on my porch.
Wow, that's so nice.
I know. I cried. I was like, "What is this?" And nobody would tell me who sent it. And then I kind of got freaked out. I was like, "Who sent it?" And it turned out to be my dear friend. She's like 83, 84. It was her husband sent it to me. He's a musician and he knew I wanted to play piano again. My mother was a piano teacher. So I
Wow.
grew up and I've missed it. So I just it just
So
thrilled me.
after this surgery, all right, um, um, reach out to me when the surgery's done.
Mhm.
Okay, go onto my website, and I would like to talk to you for 30 minutes. It's on me, but I'd like to talk to you a little bit more offset of
Okay.
this because you have a lot of good things coming to you in 2025, more than you can imagine. But that man beside you, I don't know if it's your dad or your grandfather, but you're getting in shit for certain things that you haven't done for yourself in the last 2 years. 2 years, because you
Right.
just stopped. And that's what I think we need to talk about a little bit. And
Right.
because I know Linda's clearing a whole bunch of stuff because I'm just seeing this
Yeah.
happening. So there's a lot going on. So I'm kind of liking that. So if we can set that up, I'd like to do that.
I would really
A
appreciate it.
present for you.
Do you have
Thank
a
you.
picture that you show your other son of Jimmy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because he talks about how you always show his brother the picture.
Yeah, he goes and he pulls it out of the cupboard. He
Yeah.
actually gave me as a birthday gift, a surprise gift. And he goes, for some reason, I have it on my desk and he goes and he puts it in the coffee cup cupboard because he also gave me a coffee cup for my birthday.
Oh, bless his heart. That's nice.
And like I think the keys, like, would it be piano keys? Because Marianne just said
Oh,
keys.
that's
piano keys.
interesting. It's the keys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also do have excessive keys on my keychain and like none of them I use. And I'm always laughing about the keys. I'm like, I've got to throw away these keys.
But you don't even know what some of them are for, he said.
I don't. Yeah.
I
And
know.
then I throw them away. Just like I keep all the iPhone boxes, and I don't have the iPhones, but I keep the boxes. Oh, I'll use this. I'm not a hoarder. I'm clean, but I'm just the memes that I'm like, that's me.
It's because you're the Sagittarius who requires everything organized, and you never know, you might need something in a year or 2 years. And once you see it and it's been there for 5 years, you still get freaked out about throwing it, but you're not the hoarder. You're not. It's just,
No.
oh,
And I've moved
it's
so
better
much.
than my phone.
And I moved about 5 times in like 4 years. And every time I'd move, I would just throw everything out. And I thought I can always buy new. I'd even like leave my furniture and leave because I had to move a lot for my son. And at that point, I was just throwing everything away. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So
What's
wait a
behind
minute.
you?
I didn't get to tell everyone, but we only have 15 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
The light, Linda?
Is there anything else that you would like to know, Deb?
That's really about it. I mean, my finances I'm always worried about, but that I always just do what I can and give it to God. And, you know, I always make it through.
Your mom's gonna put that and set that up for you. Don't worry about that. There's good things coming to you in February. February, March is very strong for a lot of people, but for you, it's just gonna be, you're finally settled and everything is gonna start turning out very good for you.
Good.
And Be
Sorry, is the
prepared.
window behind you? Like, is that a window behind you where the drapes are?
Yeah.
Because it looked like somebody was right behind you in the
Yeah.
window. That's why I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
That could have been Jimmy.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
hope.
If
That
you
gives me
watch
more
this
peace.
again, you might see that.
Mhm. I might, I
There's
might.
definitely something behind you in the window.
Roy says he sees the same thing.
Yeah, I was just like, excuse me? Like there was something behind you in the reflection of the window.
Yeah.
Could have been my nosy neighbor Carmela, but I doubt it.
Well, that's just downright creepy.
Carmela,
Right?
you know?
Peeking in the window near Halloween.
And, and the only thing I want to know, who is the preserving, doing preserves?
Oh gosh, that would be my sister, Barbie.
Okay. Because there's going to be a whole good thing coming about these preserves. You need to get the recipes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
She
don't know,
makes, yeah.
but if you can, get those recipes.
Okay. Yeah. She cooks everything from scratch. Amazing. I keep telling her to go into catering. Yeah.
No, no.
She's
She's,
kind of pro.
we want to thank you for coming on. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you another time. And just go on my website, just type it out and we'll set it up and we'll set an appointment when you're available. Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Take care of
Thank you
yourself.
so
God
much for
bless.
everything. It was great.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye.
There we go.
Curtains were moving.
Were
And
they?
I'm getting texts saying people saw it too.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
too.
Well, I'm going to have to look at this episode again just to find out.
I know.
So,
We do have another question actually about,
okay.
I mean, if
Go
you want me
for
to go there. Are you hearing anything from my this is Elaine. Are you hearing anything from my grandfather? He died over 20 years ago, and I have been thinking about him a lot. I feel like when he passed, my whole family suffered, and I had to be extra strong. She's wondering if he's trying to say something to her.
I don't pick him up at all, and I'm sorry. I know who Elaine is, so he did show up once for me. Yes.
Did he have a because I feel like he had to clear his throat. I feel like he had, like, I see him in a brown suit. I see he was very kind of distinguished. He was like the pillar of their family. He's like it's like weird to, like, what we want as a message isn't always what they give us, but it's like
As soon as you said that, I heard the voice saying, "I don't like secrets," in a male voice.
okay. Yeah, that kind of like he's honest, integral. He's a handshake is a like a firm handshake is like integrity. He's integral. He likes honesty, you're right. Like no secrets, honesty. Um you know what he likes is family dinners. He liked to have everybody sit around the family, like dinners, like it's about family. So if you're not connecting with your family or having those like traditional dinners, he likes that. Like Sunday dinner is like everything. And I feel like when he left, they lost a lot of the family tradition, and it's about family for him.
Well, I hope that Miranda decides to make us dinner one day. Like,
Jim, do you really think that you're going to want to eat what I make?
God, no, but we'll look at it.
It's going to be a big salad and some fish and some, no, I mean, but it's tasty. You can make healthy food tasty. We talked about that.
You can so.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You make
yeah,
that
you
way.
can.
You enjoy it so much more.
And you wonder why I don't invite you to parties, right?
Is that why, really?
Can I
Still enjoy parties. Sorry, Ellen.
Sorry, just one more thing for Elaine's grandfather. Like he had 50-cent pieces, like coins, like old 50-cent pieces or like dollars. Like they're 50-cent pieces, they're silver coins. I wonder who has the coin collection, because I still think it's within the family. I think he used to have stamps too. I don't know what the message is, like, I'm sorry. I feel like he's just like about family, like you got to bring the family together.
Cool.
There's one younger gentleman in the family too he's not happy with. There's like one kid or there's a son or a grandson that struggles or is not following his rule, like his in alignment with his integrity, or is deceitful or is lying.
Hmm.
And that's probably all I get for that.
Okay.
You have we have 6 minutes and you have another question.
Yes,
During
Carmel
that?
says, my sister passed away 29 years ago. She's in my thoughts a lot lately. Or my mom 42 years ago. Are you picking up on anything from either one of them? Thank you.
What's your sister's name?
Yeah, maybe put their
I
name.
just would need a name or both names.
Yeah, both names below. And let's see if there's any other ones above that I missed too. Rosa Maria said she's not looking forward to December. It's hard. December's hard for a lot of people. And yeah, I can appreciate that. But hopefully we can just, ground the intentions that it's going to be
There's a
better.
whole bunch of things that we have to do to take care of ourselves during that month because it's very sad. My mother's been gone for over 47 years. I miss her every Christmas. I miss my father putting the star on the tree. I miss my grandfather singing "Roll Out the Barrel" in his Hungarian accent. I miss a lot of my family and watching all of that. And not all memories were good, but Christmas, it seemed like everybody did shut down for a little bit and stop being assholes, and we all got along, you know. And who wouldn't love a Hungarian chef's food, which is my grandpa? So everyone couldn't wait. It was fantastic.
Elaine says, by the way, this is really helpful. She does appreciate that. I haven't seen yet. I've not seen the names yet, but New Light Paranormal says, I've been struggling a lot personally after a loss this July. I'm not really sure if I should reach to hear a message.
I didn't understand that.
So
someone passed away in July,
and not sure
they're missing that,
right.
Struggling about that person's personal soul, where it's gone, that kind of thing. If you have a name, that helps for us. But I'm being told that they are now sitting and watching people play cards in the park. The smell of like different foods are in the park as well. Like they're really enjoying themselves and having fun and are calm for the very first time in their lives. That's what I'm picking up off of that, unless that's what she's hoping that person is doing, the New Light Paranormal.
I just feel like it's like there's a euphoric love that we can't get here, and once you cross over, no matter what level you get to in heaven, it's like a relief. It's what we're all fighting to get back to, right?
The name for the last one is Andreas.
Is that her sister?
No, this is this is not the first one. This is the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He had nice hair. I'll tell you that. Nice smile too. Good looking guy. Good looking guy. But he's happy to see her. That's all I know for sure.
Very exhausted. Their loss there. As a spirit, he's very exhausted, but is regaining the strength that they need. And their eyes are sort of changing color into something beautiful, like the ocean itself. So they're getting better and better, and they're going to bring out so much to try and help the family as much as they can. And I don't know who is in our crowd of 39 people, but whoever Lily is, Lily loves you. And I just had to say it.
I love Lily.
I love Lily.
I love Lily.
I love Lily. So she's out there.
I think we have to remember during the season and into December that Scorpio season is a very deep feeling season. And for those of us who have a hard time maybe feeling the feels, and it reminds us of our loved ones who have passed. And then we go into the Christmas season. So the end of the year can be really challenging. And we have Sagittarius season in between it. So a little bit more fun maybe at times, we kind of breaks it up. But it is a reminder just to allow, if you can't feel it, you can't heal it. So do your very best to, sit with those feelings and know what's coming for you, so you can move them, so that when we start the new year, which I always say, we think about January being the new year, but it's not. I know it's on calendar, but March is the astrological. It's not. Nothing really starts until March. Okay. So like, even though like we can look at the year not as the end in December, and I know it does, like that's kind of silly to say, but energetically, you know, I just think we should look at it differently sometimes because it may help us a bit more.
And you know, the way that they've done this calendar, I think
Right.
was a mistake in the first place. So
Yeah.
I am so sorry about that. People who are very into the Catholicism side of a calendar, that
Right.
never should have happened.
Mhm.
And they're
Should be
still
13
struggling.
months, too. Yeah.
And I listened to a lot of podcasts that there should have been 8 days a week, and that wasn't just the song from the Beatles.
13 months, 8
Yeah,
days,
13 months.
even just to flow to the moon calendar, like the Hebrew calendar is to the moon. And that's why every year it changes in terms of, so it's really, that's what our bodies are attuned to. And we're trying to force ourselves into a calendar that doesn't really fit. So just, you know, it's important to attune yourself to the season and remember that it's working on our behalf to make sure that we evolve. So we have to try to move with it.
I'm just for Tina Verasso, did Mike dress up as somebody special for you on getting engaged or meeting him on your Halloween night?
Yes, I did that.
Did he? Because I didn't see any of that. Like, you know, was he a Zorro or a Casanova? You know, what was that man?
That's fun to get engaged on Halloween.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's your jam. People get married on Halloween too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have heard of that too. Should be fun.
Black dresses. They do have black Halloween dresses, believe it or not.
They do.
Rosa Marie Vals. She says, I miss my mama. I miss the family unit as it was. They're all gone. They are in this presence, but spiritually, they are all around you, protecting you. So enjoy the moments, enjoy the memories, and try and write some memoirs of things if you're the last person there, and leave them for somebody that they can repeat them to someone else. It's always important to know that, because I've lost a lot of my family history. I'm the oldest, but I don't have photos. I don't have any memories, to be honest with you. Other than
With Rosa, I can smell her mom's cooking. Her mother was an amazing cook, and she used to have a big metal pot on the stove.
yeah,
And she used to cook the best Portuguese stuff.
I want some food now.
I know.
You know, and I don't. It's not a goddamn salad and fish.
Well, it should be. I also see here that Alina says, every now and then I see a lot of feathers. Is this a sign or just a lot of birds around my house? I mean, it could be both.
I think it's a sign.
It is definitely. There's some freedom coming up very, very, very soon. And everyone is going to get a chance to leave the nest, but still come back and come back stronger and better. So there we go.
Lori says, yes, my aunt and uncle married on Halloween 65 years ago. My aunt just passed on Mother's Day in May.
Ah, Lori. So cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
You know?
And Rosa says, yes, you are correct, Linda, about the big pot on the stove.
Yeah. You could smell it. I could smell the cooking, and it was like amazing. Like, you know how in the cartoons you waft in when the smell's coming from cooking? That's Rosa's mom.
Beautiful.
I know I can't. I've been to Miranda's house, and I don't float in her house smelling anything.
I make really good soups and stews. So
Is there meat in
what
it?
you're talking about? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not against meat. You just have to get grass-fed, good quality. Like you just want to make sure you don't need a lot. You just need good quality. Okay, it's worth it.
She is my conscience, you know, Linda.
Yes, I do know that. She'll
And-
kick your ass if you don't follow it too.
And she's good at it. I love her for that. I do.
Yep, she keeps us in line.
Listen,
This is a good
Go ahead.
comment for Dave, Jim. This last one. New Light Paranormal, excuse me. I says, this person says, my goodness, I'm tongue twisted. I suppose getting married when the veil is thinnest makes it easier for my family to visit. That is wise, I think,
it is
actually.
beautiful.
You know, it is beautiful.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So next week, we're back on 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But things that we don't do because we're always rushed and leaving is, how do we get a hold of you, Linda?
It's infinitereikihealing.com.
Okay.
That's-
Miranda? Oh, sorry.
Linda,
Are you done?
continue.
I'm Ren. I'm done.
You're,
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm superbodywisdom.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Miranda Malasani.
can you put that hat on now, please?
Oh, you want my witch hat?
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's kind of witchy. And
Look at that.
Matches your outfit.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? I should have worn it all night.
That's
You should have.
beautiful. It is.
Love it.
Brings out my true nature now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a witch.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm the
No.
best kind of witch.
You're just like a food guru that makes us live healthy lives. It's
Yep.
very nice.
My goal. Thank you.
You can get a hold of me at Jim Hunt Official everywhere. I have a special on my website for Scorpios that you get a 30-minute reading for $100, and that's a $35 saving. And for the Americans, it's going to cost you something like $62 to do that. In the UK, it costs them $53. So I'm putting it out there, and I pulled my own plug. And Linda, Miranda, I love you both. Paula, thank you very much for doing all of this. You're just amazing. And
Thank
there
you.
she is. She's coming on. Thank you, Paula.
You're
Yes,
welcome. Thank
Paula.
you.
Thank you.
To all our guests, thank you very much for joining us. I mean, every time, it doesn't matter if there's only 3 of you, we enjoy having everybody. And it was a lot of fun again.
It's great.
And share what we do, have some fun, and we will see everyone next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Miranda,
Don't eat too much Halloween candy,
ah,
which will know.
caramel, because I need to know the secret. So
Get some
every
dark
time-
chocolate.
I need to know the
Well,
secret.
one-
It's not really a secret anymore, Jim. We discovered that like 20 years ago.
Oh no, I what? I didn't hear that. So everybody, thank you so much for being out here with us. I'm gonna have a couple of chocolate bars soon, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And I miss all of you. And we can't do this show without each other. And thank you so much, Linda, Miranda, Paula, and myself for being out here one more night. And we're gonna say goodbye somehow. And I keep on getting mad at this because I don't know how to say goodbye all the time.
It's easy.
No.
Linda and I are going to go do it now. Ready, Linda?
Yeah. Ready.
What do you
Bye.
mean?
Bye.
Get out of here. Don't do that until I figure it out. You see, they think they're smartasses, and I'm trying to get all of this shit done, and I don't even know where to go. I can't mute myself. Oh, where am I? Guys, I love you. Take it easy. We're going to see you all soon. Don't cause any trouble. There I am.